All right, I want to talk a little bit about weight selection. Here you can see I got all my Rains tungsten weights. One of the keys to selecting a weight is trying to get the lightest weight that you can get away with, but still getting the job done. And especially like here today on Lake Okeechobee, you know, there's a lot of very heavy grass and heavy vegetation, matted grass, kind of like here behind us. You want your bait to fall into, whether it's bulrushes or whether it's the mat, you want it to fall in, and as soon as it goes in, just glide right down to the bottom. But you don't want to overpower it. So basically, say if you're fishing a mat, what I like to do is use the lightest weight that I can that still carries it through by itself. And when I say by itself is, I don't like to have to flip the bait up on the mat and then shake it around and get it to fall down a little bit and then shake it some more and get it to fall down some more. That's not being very efficient. And a lot of times those fish under those mats, you're getting a reaction bite. So you want it to when it goes in there, just fall in and fall right down through. But in the same breath, you don't want to overpower it, where if I can get it to fall in there with an ounce or maybe an ounce and a half weight, I'm not going to go with a 2 ounce because then it's just falling too fast. So basically, whatever weight on flipping a mat, whatever weight you can get it to just fall down in through there and glide down to the bottom by itself, whether you can get away with a 1, a 1.5. But there's times where I'll go to a Rains 2. Sometimes even when on a windy day, such as today, we got a pretty good breeze, I'll go to a Rains 2.5 ounce weight. And a lot of times too, when it's windy, the wind will actually pack the vegetation tighter together, and you have to go with a 2 or a 2.5 ounce Rains weight. But you might come back the next day and it's not as windy, and the mat will actually kind of pull back apart a little bit, and the same mat that you had to use a 2.5 ounce weight the day before, now that the wind's laid up, you may be able to get through there with a 1. So you have to have a selection of them. And of course I have all kinds of different sizes, and you know, traveling throughout the country, run into a lot of different situations. But a good general rule of thumb is just use the lightest weight that you feel you can still get the job done with and still be efficient and make as many clean presentations as you can.